You are listening to Passport Talks, a podcast on how to become a true cosmopolitan, how to travel the world without visas, create a safe haven for your family, and access top-notch education and healthcare with a second passport or residency.
What is the difference between a residence permit, permanent residence, and citizenship, and how to get them? To legally live in a foreign country, you must have a specific document, such as a residence permit, a permanent residence permit, or a passport. This episode will explore the differences between these legalization documents and where and how you can obtain them. What is a residence permit? A residence permit is an official document that grants foreign nationals the legal right to live and, in some cases, work in a specific country for a defined period. It offers various benefits, including work opportunities, access to local services, family inclusion, and a pathway to permanent residency or citizenship. A residence permit is usually issued for 1 or 2 years and can be extended. Without a residence permit, it is impossible, for example, for an Indian citizen to live in Greece. At the same time, US citizens can stay in Portugal for up to 90 days without visas or residence permits. Countries that offer residence permits by investment. Some European countries offer residence permits by investment, also known as golden visas. It means you can get a residence permit if you invest in the country's economy. Let's talk about them in detail. Spain Golden Visa. The Golden Visa program grants residency to non-EU citizens who invest at least €500,000 in Spanish real estate. Other investment options include opening a deposit in a Spanish bank, purchase of shares of Spanish companies, purchase of units in investment funds, purchase of government bonds, business investments. Greece Golden Visa. You can obtain residency in Greece by investing at least €250,000 in real estate. The investment can be a single property or a portfolio of properties. Other options are renting a hotel or tourist residence, purchasing a land plot for construction or agriculture, timeshare for 10 years, inheriting or receiving real estate as a gift, buying securities, or opening a bank deposit. The Malta Global Residence Program allows one to receive a temporary residence permit. The requirements are renting or buying real estate and paying taxes of at least €15,000 per annum. The minimum sum for renting a property is €8,750 per annum, and for purchasing a property, €220,000. What is permanent residence? Permanent residence is a legal status that allows foreign nationals to live and work indefinitely in a specific country without renewing every 1 or 2 years like a residence permit. Hence, permanent residency provides more stability and rights. However, it does have some limitations. For example, permanent residents can't vote or run a public office in a country. They might also have fewer visa-free destinations. For instance, Malta permanent residents can visit only 27 EU countries visa-free. You can enter 185 states and territories without a visa with a Malta passport. Countries that grant permanent residence by investment. In some countries, you can obtain permanent residence without needing a temporary residence permit first. These countries are, for example, Malta and Cyprus. Malta Permanent Residence Program requires applicants to meet specific financial conditions, including having assets of €500,000 plus, where €150,000 are liquid financial ones. Besides that, applicants invest in real estate, make charitable donations, and pay administrative and contribution fees. There are 2 real estate investment options: €10,000 plus per annum for renting a property, €300,000 plus for buying a property. Cyprus Permanent Residency Program prescribes the minimum investment in a residential property of €300,000. An applicant can also invest in multiple residential properties with a combined value of at least €300,000. Other investment options are the purchase of shares of Cypriot companies and securities. The investment must be maintained for a minimum of 3 years. The status is valid for life and doesn't need to be renewed. Features of citizenship. Citizenship is a legal status that gives you full rights as a national of a country, including voting rights and a passport. It is provided for life and, in some cases, might be passed on to the next generations. Countries that have citizenship by investment programs. Citizenship by investment is offered by Vanuatu and 5 Caribbean countries: St. Kitts and Nevis, St. Lucia, Dominica, Grenada, and Antigua and Barbuda. Caribbean citizenship programs offer 2 primary investment options: a non-refundable contribution to a government fund and investing in government-approved real estate projects. Let's talk about both of them. 1. A contribution to a government fund requires applicants to make a one-time, non-refundable donation. The funds are typically utilized for various socio-economic development projects in the host country, such as infrastructure development, education, and healthcare initiatives. The minimum required contribution varies depending on the country, but typically ranges from $100,000 to $150,000 for a single applicant. Additional fees may apply for including family members. 2. Investing in real estate is another popular option under Caribbean CBI programs. Applicants must invest from $200,000 to $400,000 in government-approved real estate projects, such as hotels, resorts, or residential properties. In most cases, investors must hold the property for a predetermined period, usually around 5 years, after which they can resell it. This option offers the potential for a return on investment and the opportunity to own a vacation or rental property in the Caribbean. Another country that allows obtaining citizenship by investment is Vanuatu. It requires a non-refundable contribution to the Vanuatu Development Support Program. The minimum investment amount varies depending on the number of applicants, starting with $130,000 for a single investor. Who can get a residence permit, permanent residency, or citizenship by investment? General requirements for investors seeking to obtain one of these statuses include being over 18 years old, have a criminal-free background, have legal income and be able to prove it, have no serious illnesses. The investor can add their close family members, spouses, and children under 18. Some programs also allow including parents, dependent children over 18, and even siblings. How to obtain a residence permit, permanent residency, or citizenship. The process of obtaining a residence permit, permanent residency, or citizenship by investment will vary depending on the country and specific program. However, a general outline of the steps exists. Let's discuss them. 1. Thoroughly research the available investment programs and select the one that meets your needs and goals best. Consider investment options, minimum investment amounts, processing times, residency requirements, and visa-free travel destinations. 2. Before proceeding, consult an experienced migration lawyer or consultant who can guide and advise based on your circumstances and the chosen program. They can help you navigate the complex application process and legal requirements. 3. Collect all required documents for the application process, such as passports, birth certificates, marriage certificates, proof of a clean criminal record, medical certificates, and any other documents required by the specific program. 4. Assess investment options available under the program and select the most suitable one based on your financial situation and risks. 5. Once you've selected the investment option, make the required investment following the program's guidelines. It may involve purchasing a property, investing in government bonds, or making a non-refundable contribution to a national fund. 6. With the help of Immigrant Invest, complete and submit the application form along with all the required documents and fees. Be prepared to provide evidence of your investment and proof of funds to support the application. 7. If your application is approved, you'll be granted the desired residence permit, permanent residency, or citizenship in the respective country. 8. After obtaining your new status, ensure you meet ongoing requirements, such as maintaining the investment, fulfilling residency requirements, or adhering to any other program-specific conditions. That's it for this episode about residence permits, permanent residence, and citizenship. Visit immigrantinvest.com for detailed information about investment programs or to book a meeting with Immigrant Invest lawyers who can help find answers to tricky questions. Take the next steps towards your global opportunities and secure your future with Immigrant Invest. And see you in the next episodes of Passport Talks.
You are listening to Passport Talks, a podcast on how to become a true cosmopolitan, how to travel the world without visas, create a safe haven for your family, and access top-notch education and healthcare with a second passport or residency.